MBA. As Garth kindly pointed out, my education at Stanford opened doors for me to have opportunities at a number of major companies. But I would also say, as I look back, the story is not as neat as it sounds in the resume. And I've encountered, just as I believe all of you will, bumps and bruises along the way, twists and turns that certainly challenged me, challenged my resolve. And navigating those twists and turns that come along the way is a big part of our collective challenge. I love my work with Habitat. I feel greatly privileged to get to be a part of this mission. And as I look back, I can see how all the different experiences along the way helped prepare me, even if I couldn't see it at the time. I certainly don't pretend to have all the answers as to what makes a great leader, but I can share a little bit of what I've observed. Your experiences and your choices are going to determine your individual journeys, but I hope you can benefit from a little of what I've seen from both the roles and some of the people I've had a chance to observe along the way. Like you, I've read books on leadership and collected my share of quotes that inspire me. Among those, a quip by leadership expert and author John Maxwell, who offers this tongue-in-cheek word of encouragement. If you're getting discouraged as a leader, said John, think of Moses. He led 1 million complaining people for 40 years in the desert and never arrived where he was supposed to get. Moses faced a lot of complaints, criticism, and just plain whining. Some days as a leader I can sympathize with Moses. I bet if he had to do it all over again, he'd make a note to self. Next time, don't tell Pharaoh, let all my people go. You know, leadership's hard. I think the more people you attempt to lead, the harder it gets. And Moses is a good example. And as Garth laid the groundwork, I'm going to share today in the context of my personal faith, because my story doesn't really make sense without that. But I hope, regardless of your own faith perspectives, that the principles behind it will resonate with you today. One of the first lessons I'd like to offer around leadership is a common sense one, is the importance of role models. I think all successful leaders identify either individuals or some composite of individuals that they want to emulate. And they may be great bosses, teachers, counselors, parents. In my case, I was blessed both with a mother who had a ferocious sense of justice and was very active in the civil rights movement, and a rather formidable grandmother, a woman named Millicent Fenwick, who was a civil and human rights pioneer, and New Jersey congresswoman who encouraged me and my siblings at an early age to think about what we were going to do to serve the lost and left out in the world, or in her words, to be useful. Walter Cronkite later called her the conscience of Congress. I don't know how many of you have read the comic strip Doonesbury. My grandmother's often referred to as the model for Gary Trudeau's character Lacey Davenport in the Doonesbury strips. And she had a rather imposing regal presence, and prior to her public career, she had the unusual distinction of having written the Vogue Book of Etiquette, which sold 1 million copies in 1948. And so in order to graduate to the grown-up table at Grandma's house, you had to be able to sit up straight and hold your fork properly and discuss food problems in sub-Saharan Africa, which was both fascinating and terrifying as a young child.